both tablet and regular phone sizes, you have two options. One, you can create entirely separate applications, which actually sometimes is a good idea, or you can create a style sheet that allows the styles in your application to change based on the width of the device. So this would also work if the user rotates the device. So we're going to go ahead and link here to a style sheet using the formal HTML here, type equals text / CSS. So now, of course, we've got to link to the actual sheet. We'll just call it mobile.css. Now, this should be the first one you link to usually. And then we have the important media. And here, you're going to say screen and max-device-width. And here, I'm going to say 480 pixels for this particular example. All right, so now we've got our link into our style sheet. So now we're going to make the mobile CSS style sheet. Now, the mobile CSS style sheet is actually going to allow us to use media queries to break up our styles based on the width of the screen. Now, this is something people haven't been doing very long, but I think you'll pretty quickly see exactly how this works. All right, so let's go ahead and create the new document for our CSS. We'll go ahead there. It looks like that's the right folder. So there's CSS, and this is, of course, mobile.css. All right, so we're going to start with smartphone layout for both portrait and landscape. And here, let's go ahead and set up our media query. So media only screen and min-device-width 320 pixels and max device width 480 pixels. So we're setting these specific styles in here, whatever styles you want to set for those widths. So here we're setting styles that we're going to use for both the portrait and landscape width. And now we can go on to, let's say we have more specific styles, so smartphone layout, but these styles will be specific to landscape. So here we'll set this one up. Go ahead and end our comment there. Media only screen and min width 321 pixels. So we're saying here minimum width of 321 pixels. We'll use these styles. So these are styles for smartphone landscape. Now, if we want to also set some specific styles for smartphone portrait, we could do that. Let's do that just like that. So now, again, media only screen. And this time we're going to say max width 320 pixels. So you see how these two work together? So these particular styles will be applied if our width is 321 pixels or more in landscape style, and these styles for portrait, meaning it's less than 320 pixels. And you might want to do things like reduce the actual size of fonts and buttons, or for portrait, remove a second column and have your screen go straight up and down. Now let's say here we wanted to target iPads, for example. So we'll target iPads here. And again, we'll use media only screen and min device width 768 pixels and max device width 1024 pixels. And then, of course, we'd have our iPad styles. So these media queries are really useful in adjusting your design for if you have multiple screen sizes that you're dealing with. If you're not particularly confident in your CSS skills or your ability to use media queries, there's a number of frameworks out there that'll do the work for you. This is the Less framework at lessframework.com. And it uses a grid style system that does a lot of the work that we just did with media queries for you. For example, it does the resizing and the changes to the design so that it works in different layouts. So that's another option you can use if you prefer not to use media queries. There are even some GUI-based options like Codiqua, which has a 30-day free trial that allow you to drag and drop your elements and deal with different screen sizes